Hey everyone, it's Sherry. Welcome to the Second Act podcast. This is my first one. I am your host, and this space is all about stepping into who you truly are after loss, change, growth, medications, whatever it is. Today, I want to talk about something personal, how life led me to let go of things that I no longer could control, fit into, who I was becoming, not drinking, smoking, nothing but old versions of myself. This isn't a story about being strong for the sake of being strong. It's about learning to listen to yourself and knowing when it's time to make a change. If you've ever been in a season where life forced you to shift, I think you'll connect with this one. I learned about perseverance long before I even realized I was in training for it. When I broke my pelvic bone, having oldest boy, I had no idea the battle I was about to face. The pain was unbearable. I was wheelchair bound, then I was using cane. I was getting 12 to 15 needles in my spine every week just to function. On top of all of that, I was on powerful medication at times that I don't even remember. At one point, I didn't even recognize myself, and I knew I had to be careful. Seeing how easy it was for people to fall into addiction. Now that I look back, I don't know what I was thinking about letting them talk me into that. So while I was trying to heal physically, I was also making sure I didn't lose who I was in the process. It was a very long I still road. Carried and had two more children to open up my pelvic bone and guide it back so I didn't have to go in through big invasive surgeries and treatments. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm glad now, but I don't know if I could do that again because I was already in the water. I was just doing a lot of physical therapy. Looking back, I realized that that season in my life was preparing me for something even bigger. I just didn't know it yet. I didn't want that to define me. I refused to let that pain define me. So I did a lot of natural things and strength training and therapy for years. I did what I thought was normal: drinking, smoking, going along with the flow. And not because I needed it, but because I just didn't question it. And I thought, I thought I loved it. It's easy to fall into habits when you're moving through life and you got so many things going on. From there, life was lifing. And then John and I grew apart, and, we had these children. We decided to stay cordial for them. And it is what it is. I learned that that was something that I needed to go through. And I think God put me there to bring these children into this world to make sure they were good. That's what it was. We grew apart then. Suddenly, the life that existed for me and we had built did not exist anymore. It was like the universe was stripping everything away so I could see what was real. And what was real was me. I thought I already learned what strength was, but nothing prepares you for losing a child. This is going to get hard for me. Had to take a minute. So, Piff's boyfriend and her on Thanksgiving Day drank something called Sisurp. It is NyQuil, hard candy, and Hennessy. She started acting strange and he laid her down instead of calling 911, and she passed away. The worst thing in my life. I will go further and more deep in depth to that. But for me to get through this first one, I am going to continue on because it is very hard for me still. Even though it's been 7 years, it's still very raw for me. I didn't set out to quit drinking or smoking or any of this. I lost my child and I didn't recognize myself. I had to go through some things by myself, and it made me into who I am now. I set out to find me, and in doing that, I realized those things didn't fit me anymore. I didn't need to escape my reality. I needed to build one that I didn't want to escape from. I was also afraid that I might get addicted to drinking and stuff like that. And I just needed to feel everything, every single thing I wanted to feel. So I started making different choices and I became someone I recognized. And I actually just, I don't know, one day something happened and I just was like, that's it, I quit. I quit everything. If you're in a season where life is forcing you to change or look at things differently, I just want to say to you, you are not alone. It's okay to let go of what doesn't fit anymore, even if it once did. Your second act isn't about who you are, it's about who you're becoming. I've been through pain, loss, change, and every time I found my way through. And if I can, so can you. I can never say that this will be an easy journey because it's not. I can say it will be very rewarding. You will find love for yourself that you did not know you had. You will find understanding for yourself you did not know you had. I journal now. I meditate now. I listen to the most beautiful, hurts, beautiful music. And everything about my life is the way that I want it. And it's not a matter of how you are in the world, it's how you are when you are alone. Just being completely true to yourself. And let me say that I am still coming through this. It's not something that you get rid of in a day. I consciously work on myself every single day, and every day's not easy. I was just on my knees and in tears. I just had a breakthrough last night. I was so completely drained after, but I had the best night's sleep. So I want you to know that it could be 7 minutes, 7 years, 70 years. As a parent, this is something that no one should expect you to get through ever. I don't know how people think they understand it because they don't. And I'm not going to pretend. I get very raw with it. And as we go along, I will tell you more. But I want to keep this together in this very first podcast that I made it through. I'm so happy and so proud of myself because this was something I wanted to do, but I was very afraid to. And I'm putting myself out there so I can grow from this. I also have a list of accomplishments so I can mark this off my list. Another thing I do is when I journal, whatever is bothering me, I will get a little bowl and put it in the fireplace and I burn it and I put it in the wind. So that's something you can do as well. I believe symbolization is very important to the mind because it takes a space and it allows you to clear it up. Whatever's jumbled, you can write it down and kind of just disperse of it. Also, if you have any great ideas for us, just put them in the comments and maybe I will be able to pull them and put them on my next show because I know I don't have all the answers, you. I just really want to thank you for sitting with me during this time. Interaction, comments, listening to this. Leave me some messages. I will try to answer them. Go easy. Take it one step at a time. That's all we can do. And remember, if it wasn't supposed to happen, it wouldn't. One more thing before I go, don't allow anyone to make you feel bad, guilt, anything like that, because no one wakes up the day and says, you know what, I'm going to go do this. Don't, okay? So don't let anybody do that to you. If today's episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Second Act podcast. Until next time, keep showing up for you. Talk to you later. Bye.